Guys, Tesla has begun selling the Model 3 Performance, or the ludicrous version of the Model 3 in China. The price is, well, it's incredibly cheap. In fact, it's the cheapest in the world. I'm sure you're not surprised to hear that. But I think that Tesla has a good chance to sell quite a lot of these in China, considering, well, where they're pricing this car and the reviews as well. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Guys, I want to thank you for your support on Patreon and also as YouTube members. By the way, YouTube members do get access to some of our videos in advance, and there are some exclusive member-only videos as well. Now, Tesla Model 3 Ludicrous is... it's a bit different, the Chinese-made version versus the American-made version. The biggest difference is the battery pack. It uses an LG Chem battery pack in China versus in America, which uses a Panasonic version of the battery. That means that the American version is a little bit more powerful, approximately 20 to 30 more horsepower for the American-made version, so it's a tiny bit faster. And the battery pack is also a bit bigger in America. It's about 5% bigger in the American version, meaning in theory the American version in the real world is probably going to get a little bit more range and be slightly faster, but not a huge difference. But that's the main difference between the American and the Chinese version. Now, the Chinese version, apparently this is what Tesla said, effective immediately, the Model 3 Performance will move from pre-sales to formal sales with first deliveries beginning in mid-June. So that gives you an idea. If you've placed an order and you don't live in China, but you will get the Chinese version, meaning, well, every country except for America. So if you've ordered it from anywhere in Europe or Australia, or to be honest, any other country around the world, you're going to get the Chinese version. And this gives you an idea of where Tesla is going with their manufacturing. They're not really ramping up manufacturing of the vehicle until well, the next few weeks, essentially. And there's going to be quite a lot of orders, I would say, in China. People are waiting for this to the Model 3 Performance. The price is very affordable. It's $46,000 US. That said, the Xiaomi SU7 is cheaper, a few $1,000s cheaper than this vehicle, and it's a little bit faster. So obviously that's one of the key reasons why Xiaomi sold so many. They pre-ordered, I think they had pre-sales for more than 110,000. That's amazing. But that doesn't mean the Model 3 isn't still a good deal. I mean, $46,000 US means it's significantly cheaper. It's around $7,000 US cheaper in China versus what it costs in America. Tesla's begun sales, and apparently deliveries will start then within the next few weeks in China. So Chinese customers who have ordered the new Model 3 Performance, the ludicrous version, can expect deliveries within 3 to 6 weeks. The wait times for the long-range version of the Model 3 and the standard range version of the Model 3 are both 3 to 6 weeks. The Model 3 is currently sold in China in an entry-level rear-wheel drive version and a long-range all-wheel drive version and the Model 3 Performance. Those prices for those vehicles are actually very, very affordable at 232,000 RMB for the standard range Model 3. That means the Model 3 starts at $32,000 US in China. So $32,000 US, good price, but that said, to be honest, there's about 20 other electric sedans that are the same size or similar size to the Model 3, which are cheaper in China. And most of them don't sell that well. People don't really want sedans anymore. It's not a big growing market. So people are more after the size vehicle, the Tesla Model Y, and that's why Tesla sells more Model Ys in China. The performance of the Model 3 Ludicrous. We've seen that it can do around 11 second quarter mile and 3.1 seconds 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. So 0 to 62 miles an hour, 3.1 seconds. It does 261 kilometers an hour. 261 kilometers is its max speed, according to China's website. CLTC range is 623 kilometers. It's about 540 kilometers on the WLTP cycle. The entry-level Model 3 has a 600 kilometer CLTC range and a 713 kilometer CLTC range. So a lot of people say, well, why is the CLT range so much higher than EPA? The reason is the Chinese testing cycle. There's pretty much no highways, no freeways. It's all city driving, stop-start type traffic, and that's where Model 3s, or not Model 3s, but that's where electric cars have a big advantage in terms of efficiency. You'll get a lot more range if you're doing that kind of driving. If you're driving on a highway or freeway doing, say, 65, 70 miles an hour, your range will drop pretty significantly. Of course, that is due to aerodynamics, due to wind, and that of course will apply to any type of car, not just to electric cars. Thanks for watching.